Hey, my name is Christine and I've been making videos on YouTube since 2016. And in January of 2020, I made this video right here. It kind of went viral. It gained 1 million views in the first month that it was up. Completely shocked me and my family. It was quite a bit of excitement at my house. Once I hit 1 million views, I thought it would be really fun to make a what YouTube paid me for 1 million views video. It's this one right here. I will also link both of these videos down below in the doobly-doo if you want to go check them out later. It is over a year later from those videos, a year and a half almost. It's time to revisit that video because we are almost at 2 million views on that video now. What better time than to make a what did YouTube pay me for a 2 million viewed video? I am actually giving you the actual numbers. I will show you the screenshots of the dollar bills so you can see it, and I'm going to tell you how that all breaks down into what I do with it. But before we do that, I would like to thank today's sponsor, ExpressVPN, for partnering with me on today's video. If you will indulge me a moment, I'll tell you all about them and why they are so awesome for me. A VPN is a virtual private network, which basically gives you privacy and anonymity online. So it creates a private network whenever you're connected to public Wi-Fi. Protects your browsing activity from hackers, businesses, government entities, and other snoops online. Basically, it keeps others from spying on your internet usage. If you want more info on VPNs and what they can do to help you, and if you're looking for something to watch this weekend, if you have Netflix, go check out The Social Dilemma. In the documentary, my kids were super surprised to learn how social media is engineered to exploit users' data for profit. And they like to call it surveillance capitalism. I like to put a layer of protection around my data with ExpressVPN. Every time you use the internet, the big tech companies mine your data. They track your searches, your messages, your video history, yes, what you watch on YouTube. But when you run ExpressVPN on your device, computer, phone, whatever, the software hides your IP address, which is what websites use to identify you. Now, you still need to be careful with what you share on social media, but ExpressVPN can make your web browsing way more anonymous. They encrypt 100% of your internet data to keep you safe from hackers and prying eyes. Now, some VPNs might slow down your internet speed, but not ExpressVPN. They're fast, easy to use, one click of the button and you are good to go. I went ahead and downloaded it on my router so that everyone in my household can stay protected even if they don't use ExpressVPN. So if you like this idea of preventing these big tech companies from exploiting your personal information, then visit expressvpn.com/FFM and find out how you can get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. For me personally, here in America, on Netflix, I cannot watch Modern Family. It's not available. I type it in, I click on it, and nothing comes up. But if I go to my ExpressVPN location and I pick the UK as my location, reload my Netflix account for the UK, boom, look what I found. Modern Family, all 8 seasons of it. Why can I not watch it if I'm in America? And why can I watch it if I'm in the UK? Who's to say? But with ExpressVPN, I can watch it in America on Netflix. So I like being able to use this little trick. Find out how you can get 3 months extra for free on ExpressVPN by using my link down below. All you have to do is visit expressvpn.com/FFM and they'll hook you up with the deal. All right, let's go back to this viral video. Okay, I am on my YouTube studio and we're gonna go over the numbers, the nitty-gritty details. So over here on the side, let's go to these analytics. So since the video was published, it is showing me 1,998,080 views. So I'm just a little under 2,000 views at the moment of this recording before I hit 2 million. But you know, we can round up because I took math in elementary school and you can round up when you're that close. And let's talk about the revenue side. So let's go to the revenue for 2 million views on YouTube, $21,556.09. So let's talk about some of these numbers and what they mean. YouTube used to put together only a CPM. It's this number over here on the right-hand side. And YouTube would take a hefty percentage out of this number. So it was like kind of a guess as to what you were actually going to make. But more recently, they gave you the RPM. That is your revenue per mil, or what YouTube is actually giving me per 1,000 views on this video. Now, this number can change all of the time, depending on the type of video, how many views that video got, what your content is, what your channel's mostly about, whether you are advertiser friendly or not. Like if you're sharing pew-pews and saying a lot of bad language or talking about tragedy, advertisers are less likely to want to put ads on those videos. And big secret, Google wants to make money. Google will put less ads on those videos, and they'll put in advertisers that pay less, because the more ads in a video that are paid higher, Google likes that. They want videos that appeal to a mass audience and that also have some spending power. So for example, if you are making videos geared to children, like children are the core audience, let's say 9-year-olds, even though there may be a lot of ads on them, that type of channel is going to have a much lower RPM, or revenue per 1,000 views, than a channel that's about finances. Now, Graham Stephan has shown on his channel often that he can be up in the almost $30 range for an RPM, which is stupid high. And I've seen other vlog channels share this information, which are all the way down to $2 for an RPM. In fact, I think Kelly Stamps, I'm gonna go look at hers real quick. Okay, for example, I'm here on Kelly Stamps' video that she put out saying what she makes in a month. So she says she makes $40,000 a month or so. And she's showing here that her RPM is only $6.88. So hers is actually quite a bit lower than this video that I made. That's mostly because my channel is educational in that it's mostly teaching people how to cook and how to shop and how to save money. And those are very advertiser friendly things. So if you look on here, you know, I started with an RPM of around like 9, 8, 10. It went up to 15. It went down again. It spiked again. I don't know why it spiked again. It went up to $29 for a day. I don't know why it did that. You know, it goes to 0. That's probably an error on YouTube's part. It climbs up again to 15. It drops again. You know, it's all over the place all the time. If you scroll down to the revenue sources here, it's showing that $435 of this total came from premium revenue, like people who pay to not watch the ads. I do get a very, very small percentage of that. And the rest of it is from ads. Now, so far, I have not had any videos hit even close to this number of views. I don't know that it will ever happen again, and that's okay. This could be like a one super fun experience and then it's over and I just go about my normal life and it's great. Let's talk about this 21,556 and how it breaks down into what I actually get to keep. I'm gonna get my calculator for this, if I can find my calculator. Okay, let's take our 21,556. Now, the money that Google gives me, the actual 21,556, obviously I earned this over the course of a year and a half, but they don't pay taxes on this. In America, I am a 1099 employee of Google, which means I'm responsible for all of the taxes, the employer taxes and the employee taxes. It's very different than being a W-2 employee. I'm a contractor, which means it's really smart to set aside 30% of this amount for taxes, or else you'll want to cry when it's time to pay your taxes. In fact, you might just cry anyway. So that means 6,466 gets set aside for taxes, leaving me with 15,000 and some change left over. And like I said, this is over the course of a year and a half. Divide this by 18 months, I've essentially earned $838 a month from this video, which is not too bad for a video that I made a year and a half ago, and it's still earning me this much every month. I mean, if you like take it and average it out and carry the 2 and then move the decimal, and you know what I mean. So what would you do with an extra $838 a month? I can tell you what we did. We're paying off our house faster. We are investing more into retirement. I even bumped my grocery budget by a little bit. I'm buying shrimp a little bit more often. I take my kids out to eat for their birthday now. I've never done that before, but basically most of this money goes into our family's savings for the future. I have 4 children. That's a whole lot of college expenses. That's a whole lot of weddings to pay for whenever they get married. That's a whole lot of kids' activities expenses as they move through teenage years. And speaking of teenage years, that's a whole lot of food to feed 3 boys during their teenage years. Am I right or am I right? I hope you found this video interesting. I'm personally a very nosy person. And so I would have loved to know this kind of information when I first started YouTube almost 5 years ago. Hopefully it's helpful for you. And if you have any other questions on how Google pays you for ads for videos or where you should start if you want to make YouTube videos, I did make a couple of videos like that. I'll leave them down below for you if you want to go check them out. And if you want to try out ExpressVPN and get some internet privacy, check out the first link down below to get 3 extra months, expressvpn.com/FFM. Thanks to them. Thanks to you guys for watching my videos in the first place and making this possible at all. And I'll see you in the next one.